30% of mothers are going into the red during maternity leave, according to a new survey. Comparison website uswitch.com has found their monthly household income drops £1,200 because of time off work, putting them £2,500 in debt on average. And around 1 in 10 go back to work early because they can no longer afford time off. Our correspondent Daisy McAndrews here with me now to tell us more. And Daisy, you've been speaking to some of the women affected. I did.
I went and spoke to many mums this morning. I mean, I think the first thing to say is that it's a statement of the obvious in some ways to say having a baby is expensive. Any of us that are parents know that. But it clearly has got a lot worse in the last few years because of inflation, because of job fears and so on. So I went to a baby yoga class, if you knew such things existed, this morning. Spoke to a lot of new mums. All of them were on maternity leave. And this certainly is the case. The report is definitely true. All of the mums I spoke to had struggled over the last few months paying their bills and had been taken by surprise by how expensive everything was. The report says, as you mentioned, typical debt is £2,500. A lot of the mums I spoke to this morning, it was considerably more. 14% are using credit cards and overdrafts, and about 1 in 10 have borrowed cash from relatives, typically parents. Now, I spoke to Ruben's mum, Jackie. She's a health visitor. She's going back to work in June, and she will have taken a year off. And of course, living on 50% of her salary, as she has been, she found even with savings, it was a real struggle.
I don't think you realise how much baby costs, really, and all the items that you need to buy for him. Even though I've been lucky that I've had hand-me-downs, it still has been a huge expense. I've used my overdraft, credit cards, and I have been lucky that I have had some savings, but, you know, quickly eats into your savings. They don't last very long.
So, what should mums do then?
Well, I mean, if, like Jackie, you can take the drastic approach, she told me she's not going to have any more babies because she's been so shocked at how expensive Ruben's been. Obviously, that's slightly shutting the door after the horse has bolted. But looking at the figures, it now seems that a child costs £200,000 up to the age of 17. It's about £10,000 a year. If you haven't got savings, you need to start saving if it's not too late. If you are a mum in debt, though, I went to get some expert advice.
Get help as soon as you possibly can. So go to one of the free debt advice charities like the CCCS or the CAB, of course. Do get help really early because it is out there, and people are particularly sympathetic to new parents because, you know, they understand how difficult it is. But also see what help you can get from friends, neighbours and forums online.
Now, as Jasmine said there, get help off neighbours and friends. And this was something that came up again and again today, trying to get hand-me-downs. But one thing that struck me that many people said is it seems the younger mums, the mums on lower incomes, seem to feel a pressure to buy new stuff for their babies rather than allowing friends or relatives to give them hand-me-downs. I don't know how we fix that, but that is clearly part of this debt problem.
OK. Daisy, thank you.